Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Fixed Ops Roundtable After Dark show. Tonight we have a very special show, and we are here to support our great friend Shawn Butler, and we are united with him. Ted, take it away.
Sophie, our great friend and colleague Shawn Butler, in his time of need, has been with us for a lot at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, and now it's time for us to give back. We're also very honored to have some of his children who are with us tonight, Taylor Maddox and Chris Butler, and they'll be with us for the half hour here tonight on the After Dark show. So welcome, everybody. We're live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, and Chris, I guess we're on Twitch now as well, right?
I believe so, yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So, welcome. Taylor, great to have you. Great to meet you. I've seen a lot of the posts, that you've had online as well. So appreciate, all the great support.
Thank you for having me, Ted. And again, thank you for all the support for our family and for Shawn. It means a lot to us.
Yep. So we're here to help in every way that we can. Shawn, I got the post that you put up a couple days ago. And I know you and I have talked a little bit in the meantime. Coralie, welcome as well. And Michelle McLean, thank you so much for all you're doing behind the scenes. Shawn, bring us up to speed and tell us what's happening.
We talked recently about, just the chemotherapy and the different effects it was having on the family, right? The home life. Everybody's super concerned and oh my gosh, what do we do next? What do we do now? So we got the now figured out. We got the chemo started. We got all the doctor consults. We had a surgical consult last week, and originally the plan was to put surgery off till the end. That plan changed last week. Now it's turned into an emergency situation where basically the way that the way that the surgeon put it, she was like, Shawn, you don't have weeks to consider the surgery. Yeah, you're getting the surgery next week. Basically, she intimated that between the chemo and the cancer, I wouldn't live more than 2 or 3 more months unless I had the surgery. It's a colostomy surgery. It's basically going to bypass my 90% blockage in my intestines, and it's going to allow me to eat normal again so I can start putting back on some weight. I've lost 63 pounds since January, and 40 something of that since April. So it's pretty dramatic weight loss. Taylor, God bless her, she stepped up and done a bunch, and she's been super upset, very upset. Didn't even want to talk to me sometimes. Didn't want to look at me because she didn't want to face what I'm going through. And I get it, 100%. And, Chris, he came running up. He moved all the way back from Austin, Texas, so he could be around more to help. He was planning to move back at the end of the year, but he moved up his move. And he was up here 2 weekends ago. Was a great asset, help around the house. We managed to turn one of the kitchen sinks into a fountain together, and we broke some things and we put some things together, so that was really a good time spent together.
I don't think I've been to Home Depot that many times in one weekend, in one day, rather.
Mm-hmm. They even know the dog by name now,
Michelle McLean has put up the fixedopscares.org website. Thank you, Michelle. Everybody, you can donate to help offset some of the medical bills that are not covered by insurance for Shawn Butler at fixedopscares.org. We've raised some money and we've got a long way to go. I want to welcome some people who are in the comments. Of course, Tony Owens, Jordan Cox. Jordan, welcome. Thank you for being here. Joe Chambers, thank you so much. Service Drive Live, thank you for all that you're doing for the community and your great support of Shawn Butler, as well as Roger Koner is here. Sean Kingery is here. A lot of friends coming in. And so, Shawn, take us back a little bit when you first got diagnosed. I mean, we heard you had a form of cancer, but, it seems to have advanced very quickly.
Yeah, no, you're breaking out on me. It's probably here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Repeat the question real quick, if you don't mind.
Shawn, take us back to when you first got diagnosed. This seems to have accelerated pretty quickly. The cancer you have. Sir. Give us the backstory on the type of cancer, and tell us. And of course, the weight loss is very dramatic. We see that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a colorectal cancer. I was I was diagnosed with some type of cancer in June. You know, Taylor, God bless her, she's been on me since like January to go to the doctor, and of course I ain't listening to her. You know, so that's on me. Yeah, so finally it got so bad I was hiding it from my wife and from a family. I was up all night, many nights, and I was eating handfuls of Aleve, and hiding the pain. And it just got so bad that I couldn't hide it anymore. And my wife, you know, busted me walking around the house at 3 o'clock in the morning. And she was like, "What are you doing?" You know, and I was like, "I can't sleep. I got this terrible pain, blah, blah, blah." So the next day I ended up in the ER. They said, "You have some type of mass. You know, you got cancer. You're going to have to go see, you know, these specialists." And that began an onslaught of who can get us in the fastest. And we got fortunate. Dr. Patel over at the cancer center there in Lynchburg took a very big interest in our case. And he moved everything forward at rocket pace. What normally takes about 90 to 120 days, all the testing and the results and getting started, he got done in 7 weeks. So from getting started, you know, he knew it was bad. So it turns out I have a tennis ball. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Right hand dead. I have a tennis ball shaped size tumor, basic rectum area, right? So it's just like somebody shoved a tennis ball up your butt. That's what it feels. That yeah. So it's not good at all. And then you know, we a really aggressive form of chemo. They were going to keep an eye on it, but then after the surgeon got hold of the MRI and the PET scan results, they were like, "No way." They were like, "You're not going to make it that long for the tumor to shrink from chemo. You're going to die from malnutrition first. So you've got to eat." So they want me to gain 20 pounds like yesterday. So as soon as the surgery's through, I'm going to be grilling out lots of steak and shrimp and chicken and all of those good fattening things we eat, you know, as much as I can.
Taylor, tell us how this has impacted your family. I know you've been doing a lot behind the scenes as well.
Well, just to start off, it's kind of, you're in the unknown when you find out. When you hear the word cancer, I think you automatically want to go to Google and you want to Google what type of cancer he has. And my first thought is, you know, what stage do you have? And then we're told that he has stage 3. So then you automatically Google that. You see the statistics and then you think of the outcomes. What goes through my head is, you know, his kids, myself, Brandon, Chris, Heather, Lily. And then Lily went through my head because she's 6. You kind of just think of all the bad when it comes to cancer because you're so used to the bad that statistically comes with cancer. So I will say that for the first week, I kind of lost my faith. I'm a very godly driven person, and it was hard for me to not want to question, you know, why is this God doing this to my family, or why, you know, why is he doing this to us? However, I know that God has a plan for everything, and God has a plan for Shawn. And I know that he picks his strongest battles for his strongest warriors. And I know that I'm deep rooted in my faith, and I've been going to church every Sunday. And each message, it speaks to me because I know that Shawn has what it takes to beat this battle. And he's going to really do what it takes to fight for not only himself, but for his family. Because at the end of the day, as everyone can see that has worked with Shawn, he's a hard worker and he loves his kids. I mean, he would do anything for all of us.
Christine Farnan, good evening. You and I spoke yesterday. Chris, I mentioned in the green room before we got started today that a lot of people can't believe that Shawn is not just working, but he's traveling to go to work. You know, talk to us a little bit about that, if you don't mind, Chris, because he goes a great distance to be there as well.
I know he does. Yeah. I mean, I'm down here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, and, you know, he's bouncing back and forth between Bristol, Tennessee, back home to Lynchburg. So I don't see it as much as Taylor or, you know, his wife, Robin, or Lily. They see it a lot more than I do. But, you know, anytime I'm talking to him most of the time throughout the week or on the way back, he's in the car going, and he's just nonstop. You know, with everything going on, it's just to my understanding, is he doesn't want to slow down. Everything is as normal as possible, and just keep pushing forward. Because I know he's always dedicated his life to his work and to his family, and like you guys mentioned, I think Ted, you mentioned earlier in the green room, it's a big. I think it's a distraction from everything, which is good too. Because I imagine that a lot of people in his spot, sitting around the house all day not doing anything, you can kind of start to slip and lose hope and start spiraling in your head. But if you keep yourself busy the way that he does and keep pushing and moving back and forth from Tennessee and going home to see the family, and having me come up and visit, since I've been moving back, I'll be up there this weekend. I think it's really good. But yeah, he's nonstop. Never stops moving.
He's a tough dude. And Sophie, I think you mentioned the distraction, and you've had some cancer in your family as well, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about that.
Yeah, my mom actually had breast cancer twice. So she was diagnosed for the first time when I was 11 years old. She had breast cancer at the age of 34, which is kind of unheard of for typically older women. So she had it for the first time then, and then she got it again last year, and she's going through chemotherapy and radiation right now. But hers is stage 3 breast cancer as well. She's also a godly woman, and she's similar to you, Sean, where she's still like working and has a very, positive outlook on everything. But yeah.
Taylor, we're all very proud of your dad and all the great work he's done and continues to do in the industry. He just did an interview with Sarah Van Tyne at one of our events earlier this month, where he talks about what a great career someone can have who wants to enter the automotive business, Taylor. And his faith is very, very strong, and he's very, very positive. And you guys are right. And if anyone's going to beat this, it's Shawn Butler, Taylor.
Yeah, he sat me down when I finally had I think I hit my breaking point, because I'm the kind of person that just takes it all in, and it just hit me one day, and he sat me down and he told me, there's nothing to worry about. I'm going to beat this. And, like you just said, if there's anyone that's going to beat this, it's going to be Shawn. So I definitely agree. And prayers to you, Sophie, and your family.
Thank you. Yeah.
Robert Sebastian, good evening. Good to see you, my friend. And I know we're all here in support of Shawn Butler. So, Shawn, you're going to have the surgery on Friday. You're going to have to take Friday off from work,
Yeah.
So, we got the word. What's that?
His Wi-Fi is a little.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is a little bit slow.
Yeah, but, I don't know. It's just a little wonky to see and find what I'm watching. Naturally, I'm participating, and here we go. So, but yeah, I stay positive and stay busy. Bits and pieces there of what y'all been saying. And when I talk to Taylor, I let her know that, I've lost plenty of my life, but I've never lost a war. Sometimes you got to give up a battle, like this colostomy surgery battle. That was a surgery I didn't want to have, because I know it's going to be permanent, right? You're done. And, but it's what I got to do to survive. The doctor told me I really don't have very much time. She said, it will be very soon if you don't do the surgery. That was her words. And I was like, oh, well, I guess we're having surgery.
Yeah. Tony Owens, I think you're right. He may go back on Monday.
I think he was trying, Tony. I honestly think he was trying to go back Monday. They told him he needed to sit home, and that they would send in home health care if he doesn't sit his butt home. So.
Yeah.
Hey, and by the way, I know this is an aggressive form of cancer. I know you're getting the right treatment. You're talking to the right people, the right doctors. I too have had stage 3. I was at a stage 3 a while back, and now it's going back the other way. I mentioned to you, Shawn, this morning, I had a doctor's visit. I was at the oncologist. I was doing a checkup. I'm on this new FDA approved drug that is working, and they actually said, Ted, you're kind of like the poster child for this drug. It's working that well for you. And they did a DNA test on me today to see if there's any cancer left in my body, but I was at a pretty severe, Taylor, I was at a pretty severe cancer. Okay. Not that long ago, where I couldn't do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And, going through the chemo, and I've done all that stuff, the radiation, and There's just so many different types of cancers and stuff. And last year, I think the third year in a row, we raised some money here at the round table, and we had Dr. Lou, the president and CEO of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, on with us. And he's the one who actually told me about this new Star Wars medicine. And he says, you got to try this out. Talk to your doctors about this. And they're in on the know, right? They raise the hundreds of millions of dollars for all different types of research that's used beyond just what they say in their name of their organization. And thanks to them, my doctor did the research and found out I was eligible for that. And knock wood. So Sean, let me tell you something. Things do change in a hurry. Okay, if they can figure this out. So
yeah,
you got to have the surgery to get there. So
yeah. This is just another roadblock that got thrown up. We're just gonna block and tackle. We're just gonna knock this one down and keep going to the next. Like Taylor was talking about Googling and stuff like that. Don't Google the type of cancer I got. It's not good. So, it's not one of those things you want to do. It takes your mind a whole different world in different places. So, but we're going to beat this thing. I have no doubt about that. First thing we got to do is get me started eating right. And we're going to fix that this Friday. And hopefully by Labor Day, on Monday, somebody's cooking me something on the grill. That'd be great. Have a little taste of summer. I haven't had regular food in like 4 months, Dad.
You're going to be in the hospital, Sean. But I'll bring you a steak in the hospital.
And Sean, you're on a panel. Sean, you're on a panel with me on Wednesday, so I'm counting on you on that. Daryl and Michael Moore on that with you.
Absolutely.
And Chris, he was on a panel.
Yeah, we'll be there. We're good. We're good.
Chris was on a panel last week, a big panel. Okay. And a lot of people couldn't believe he was there, and he was in his office, and just like business as usual.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, if this does not explain his work ethic, I don't know what else could possibly explain it.
Chris, what's it like growing up being Shawn Butler's son, this child?
Oh, it's fun. It's interesting for sure. Yeah, he's always been real tough on us kids. Not tough in a bad way, but tough in like a encouraging, and just kind of always pushing us to be a little bit better and try to do everything that he can to provide us more than that he had growing up. Something that we've all. I mean, Taylor, I'm sure can attest to it, and I know Lily can as well. He's been great, and over the past handful of years as I've gotten older, and Ted, I was just telling you, the past 10 years I've been all over the country, moving back and forth. I was in the Marine Corps for a little bit, and I come back here, and I was in college for a little bit, and I didn't really always spend as much time as I wanted to with my dad, and and sometimes silver lining in some things is me coming back east and being able to spend some more time with my dad, regardless of what's going on. I think it's a great thing that we're talking about me coming up and spending time with him while he's working up in Tennessee, and like I said, going up and seeing the rest of the family up there in Lynchburg. It's been great. He's been great, and we're all here for him through it all.
Joe Gibson, thank you for coming tonight. Honored to have you here. David Lucas, I've seen you in the chat just a little bit earlier as well. And Sean, you got a beautiful family. You got some amazing kids. Yeah. Lily was here a little bit earlier on today. So.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm so proud of them. My wife is a 30-year career nurse, mental. She won all the awards, sat on state governor board. All of our children are great kids. All of them have college degrees. They're all well adjusted. They have very good jobs. They're growing. We couldn't ask for any better. We're blessed beyond what we deserve. And then, my wife's growing a 6-year-old that's just like her. So I don't know why she gets so mad all the time. So, it's, she's going to be a pistol just like all the rest of them. I just got to live long enough to see it.
Yeah, Lily's fantastic. And Robert Miggs, see you out there, and love the new frame that you got there. And Sean Kingery, you're right. There's a lot of love out there for Shawn Butler. Taylor, from your perspective, what's it like growing up as Shawn Butler's child?
Well, actually, Sean is my stepfather, but
Mhm.
he stepped up and he was a dad that he didn't have to be.
Mhm.
So I think that's where I struggle a little bit
Mm.
with his
Yeah.
diagnosis.
Mhm.
Um, he's been a great role model in my life, and I think the first thing that went through my head when I got his diagnosis was, is he going to be able to walk me down the aisle? All things like that. So it's been amazing, to say the least, to have Sean step up and guide me,
I love
role model. And he had to step off. But no, I can't be more thankful for Sean. He definitely has seen me at my worst, and he's seen me at my best. And he's supported me through all stages of life. Um, and I definitely, that's why now that I'm at a point in my life where I can provide for them, I want to help out with them, and I want to take on Lily and help with them because it's my turn to help them, and it's his turn to sit back and rest. It's my turn to step up.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's his turn to relax and beat this.
Yeah. Sean, you got great kids, Sean Butler.
Man, I couldn't be more blessed too. I mean, they're a product of their environment, right? And what they're around. And I mean, they're just great children. Oh, look, there's my wife. Hey, mommy. Hey, Robin. You can sit down next to your daughter if you want.
Oh, Robin.
So yeah. Robin's in the
So
house.
Robin,
So I mean,
Robin, I gotta take this opportunity. Good evening, thank you. You've been behind the scenes on this whole thing, but this is an amazing journey. Sean, you got to be there to walk your daughter down the aisle for sure. Robin, talk to us if you don't mind. This is weighs heavily on your family, and Sean's got a lot ahead of him, this week and next, and how are you preparing for all that?
Well, first off, he is the most amazing husband, best friend I could have ever asked for. And it took me 40 years to find him. So this has been very devastating to me. I some days don't feel like I'm coping well with it. But I am his cheerleader in the corner all the way, guiding. Unfortunately, I just retired. And I know the healthcare system inside and out, and I can help with a lot of the headache it can throw at you. So I've just been navigating through that and then trying to take care of him to the best I can. He's hard-headed as heck. A lot of times he doesn't listen to me. But then he goes, I wished I would have listened to you. And just maintaining a stable environment for Lily as much as possible, because she is a daddy's girl inside and out. She's used to going wide open with him every single weekend, and that has come to a stop. And it's been very hard for her. And so just trying to, keep her life as normal. And Taylor has greatly stepped up in that role. She takes her and goes and does with her, and very appreciative of her. His children have been coming up from the Carolinas and helping as well. So it's been
a lot of support.
It's been a lot of support, but it's definitely been very hard, and I still cry a lot every day, but I know he's going to beat it, and I'll be holding his hand all the way through it.
I think we all try not to show him that we're upset, but
sometimes can't hide it.
Christine Farnan, I see you in the chat. Great friend, Joe Porter, thank you as well. And yeah, I agree, Christine. A beautiful family, all right, that Sean has got. And Robin, we've heard so much about you. Shawn speaks, so highly of you and the kids and everybody. And thank you for what you're doing. And, we want to do our small part. I wish I could give him a couple pounds of weight. He probably would like that more than anything else right now. Aside from the steak and the shrimp that he's going to have on Monday, but or sooner. I don't see him waiting too long for that. But he's got a lot of friends here, Robin, in the fixed ops community as well.
Yeah, I really appreciate your support of everyone. It's been amazing, and that takes and the financial support, that takes some pressure off, because it's it's very hard and very expensive, as well. But we're pushing through, and we're not going to let this beat any of us.
That's right, everybody. And if you haven't donated yet, and by the way, I went back and donated. Shawn knows I donated a second time, and I'm probably going to come back to the well again. Donate now at fixedopscares.org. Fixedopscares.org. Steve Mason, thank you so much for all you are doing for Shawn as well. I know you're great friends with him. Shawn, there's a lot of outpouring, a lot of friends who've just come out, and I don't think we all realize how many friends we have until something like this happens. But we're all here with you, and we're here for the long haul, Shawn Butler. I want you to know that as well. You got
It's
great
been
friends
amazing every day. Yeah, every day I get text messages and emails and random phone calls from people that I've never met before. The amount of prayer groups and churches right now that are praying for me is just ungodly, and I feel those prayers, and I feel those positive energy, and I feed off of that. I'm not a low energy person. They tell me that I'm nutritionally deficient and close to death right now, so we got to fix that. And yet I don't even feel tired. I'm ready to go. Let's go with this thing.
I'm not surprised, Shawn. Chris, where does he get all this energy? He's always like unstoppable. He's a force, this guy.
I had no idea. Even when I think back to when I'm young, 5, 6, 7 years old, and he's like hopping on planes, traveling all over the world, working.
I'm cutting out real bad. I'm here. I'm just gonna listen though.
Okay. Yep. We're listening. Hold on, Chris has got some more to say. Hold on. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I think back to when I was young, and when he used to work with his dad, and he's up traveling all over the world and going to China and coming back and just doing all different types of he's nonstop. He's been nonstop as long as I've known him. I lived with him for a few years down in Florida, and he was nonstop down there, and now he's nonstop through this. And I don't know where the energy comes from, because he's got more than I got most days. And I don't know. I'm just really proud of him for pushing through, and he's, like I said, nonstop, and with this process especially, nonstop.
That's what he does. Everybody, we are rallying behind our fixed ops brother, Shawn Butler. And if you haven't already, you can donate to help cover some of those medical bills that are not covered by insurance at fixedopscares.org, fixedopscares.org, and donate today. And many of us has done that. Even if it's a small amount, it makes a big difference. And we're going to continue to rally. And we're doing that also all the way up until the next event and the event after that as well this year as well. So that we have one in September, the Ford Stock event. You see the backdrop there. And of course, we're going to be announcing the November show soon as well. And Shawn, you got a beautiful family. And I remember Michelle McLean put this graphic together with a lot of your family. And, you're probably the richest man out there. Okay. In terms of, having that and having all the friends. So great stuff. Robin, anything you want to leave us with tonight before we go?
Just the continued support and prayers is greatly appreciated. And oh my gosh, we are so touched by everything. Mm-hmm. Even the little bit of people that I don't even know reaching out, asking what they can do. And that just means so much. And he's been getting care packages from people, and it's so touching.
If not even a donation, a prayer goes a long ways for us right now.
Yeah, I know that's one thing that he's always said that means most to him, besides a dollar or two here and there, like just reaching out and let him know that you're thinking about him and, that he's not alone in this. That's one thing he's always communicated to me through this, is that's what means the most to him, is people reaching out and, telling him, that they're there. So.
All right. Sean, we're with you. You're in our prayers, and we'll continue to follow this week and give us updates, Taylor and Chris and Robin, on how Sean is doing. And, we love you, Sean. So
Robin's the update master. She's phone.
All right. Everybody, and if you haven't already, donate at fixedopscares.org. And again, everything you can do is appreciated. So on behalf of Shawn Butler and Taylor and Robin and Lily and Chris tonight, thank you all. And we'll see you. Sophie and I will see you on Wednesday night here on the